spend a lot of money on health care, twice as much per capita as anybody else in the world, and yet not very efficient.
Now, you ruffled some feathers at that prayer breakfast, but you've said that Obamacare is one of the worst federal laws in decades and that it's already destroying our economy. How so?
Well, the aspects of the new health care law that are anti-work. And the fact of the matter is you have lots of employers now who want to cut people's hours back to less than 30 hours because at that point they don't have to provide health care. And it's so expensive to do. And the interesting thing is it's not necessary. You know, 80% of the contacts between the patient and healthcare provider could easily be handled by a health savings account without the necessity of insinuating a middleman, which sucks out huge amounts of profits and complicates the relationship. And we should just leave that last 20% where we need bridge insurance and catastrophic insurance. We could save a ton of money and we could create a much better environment. And people would begin to take some responsibility for their own health care, which would mean they would start looking for the things that make sense, the things that are economically feasible. It would also force the medical profession into the free market economy, and they would begin to have reasonable pricing. All of these things need to be done.
Let me say that one of the things people love about you is that you don't just complain. You're offering solutions for the nation. Again, let's hear a clip from that prayer breakfast on a solution to health care.
Here's my solution. When a person is born, give them a birth certificate, an electronic medical record, and a health savings account, to which money can be contributed pre-tax from the time you're born to the time you die. When you die, you can pass it on to your family members so that when you're 85 years old and you got 6 diseases, you're not trying to spend up everything. You're happy to pass it on, and there's nobody talking about death panels.
Why do you think our leaders today are not coming up with reasonable solutions that show common sense to approaching this problem?
Because everybody has their ego tied up in their solution, and therefore they can't really recognize a good solution when they hear it because they've already put theirs out, and it's got to be the one. You know, we need to get over the big egos. You know, the Bible says by humility and the fear of the Lord, that's where success comes from. We got to stop being so full of ourselves.
And political correctness, of course, is something, again, that you feel really gets in the way of making progress in this country.
Absolutely. It's antithetical to the founding of our country. You know, freedom of speech, freedom of expression. And I think the founders of our nation would roll over in their grave if they could see what we had done through the back door, suppressing people. And all the notices that I get from people are sending me money, they want me to run for office. It's just unbelievable. But I just appeal to the people who are already there in Washington. Just wake up a little bit, stop being so full of yourself, listen to the people, and let's try to do some things. Let's work together and let's solve our problems.
Well, let's hope we're going to move forward in the right direction. It's such a pleasure having you here today, Dr. Carson. Thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure. Thank you.